Today, we're going to answer a question that often isn't asked but should be when setting up an estate plan. How does aligning your assets with your estate plan while you're alive save your family time and money after you're gone? Hi, I'm estate planning attorney Sean Eystone, and after helping hundreds of families over 20 years set up their estate plan, one thing I know for certain is that families who take the time to get their assets aligned with their plan while they're still alive save their families time, money, and frustration after they're gone and make things so much more easy for them. After you pass away, your family may have to contact like 15 lawyers or 50 banks and deal with probate and all sorts of other hassles if you don't get your assets aligned with your plan while you're still alive. While this may not seem like a big deal to you, you have to keep in mind that your family is going to be grieving you, and then they're going to have to be dealing with bankers and lawyers to try to get things straightened out. That would have been a whole lot easier to do while you were still alive. The first step to aligning your assets with your estate plan is to understand what kind of estate plan that you have. For most of our clients, we do a trust-based estate plan. What this means is there's a separate entity that you create with the trust document. It's very similar to how somebody would set up a charity and have bylaws for the charity. Your trust is really a charity that's going to take care of you while you're alive and your beneficiaries while you're gone. But just like any charity, whatever rules you have in the trust can't be followed unless there's assets there to do that. So aligning your assets with the plan makes it so much easier for your trustees to carry out your wishes. So without doing that, again, you'd have to go into the different banks and probably go into probate court to get the assets into the trust to be aligned with your plan. And some of the assets, if they're not aligned with the trust, are going to completely skip over it. So if you've got a beneficiary designation on an asset that goes outside of the trust, you're not going to be able to get it into the trust, and it's not going to be subject to the rules or the protections that you put in place for your family. The second step to making sure your estate plan actually works is to use the correct tools for aligning your assets with your plan. The various tools that are available are deeds, beneficiary designations, or ownership changes. Each of these tools has a different purpose. So for some assets, we may transfer them directly into the trust while you're alive. We may do a deed that transfers your house into the trust while you're alive, if it makes sense to do so. Or maybe we'll use a deed to transfer as of your death with a ladybird deed. Maybe we'll use a beneficiary designation or a change of ownership, or maybe we'll have a beneficiary go directly to a beneficiary of your trust rather than going through the trust, if that makes the most sense. It's very important to understand what the job of each asset is in the context of your overall estate plan and of your trust to make sure that you're using the correct tool to accomplish your goals. The third step in making sure that your estate plan is actually going to work by aligning your assets with your estate plan is to understand that this is an ongoing process. It's not just a one and done. One time you look at it and never look at it again. Just like you wouldn't just balance your checkbook once and assume it's going to be good forever. You've got to look at these assets in the context of your estate plan and other things that are going on in your life on a regular basis. You should meet with your financial advisor and your accountant at least annually, and then your attorney you should meet with at least every 2 to 5 years to make sure that your plan still works for you and for your beneficiaries, and to see if there's been any changes in the law. For those of you who love numbers and charts and graphs and filling out forms, you may find it very enlightening and fun to do your own asset alignment. For those of you who'd like a little help and don't enjoy all of those things, be sure to work with us as your attorney and with your financial advisor to get it done. If you would like to work with us, call us and schedule a free Infinite Legacy planning session where we can take a look at your plan and your assets and make sure that it is aligned with your goals. Give us a call at the number below and schedule today.